Hey Mandarin family, I'm so excited to come to you guys with an update about what God is doing in 2021, especially among our family team. So God has given us a rally cry. It was formed out of an adventure deeply in Psalm 145. We are the generations declaring the redemptive work of God on everyday mission. So redemptive work is great work. It's a wondrous declaration. So in 2020, and as we make our way into 2021, we're clinging to the word redemption. It's not only that we make things better, it's to take battered circumstances and that God is buying them back, fully restoring. So our posture is to lean in with great expectancy in a season like this. I wonder what God is up to. I ran across this sentence this week. If you're leading in the middle of this, there's a reason that you're leading in the middle of this. Now that sounds kind of important, but not really until I read it again. If God has given us opportunity to lead in the middle of this, there's a reason that we're leading in the middle of this. Because advancing the Great Commission together is at our heart and is the source of God's redemptive work, we are constant in our desire for that as our center, to lead with that in the middle. So, I've watched our team make adjustments and pivots, and they have provided care and passion for our Mandarin family. We really do have an amazing team here. We have cut paths for greatly elevated communication platforms for cross-generation work to most effectively reach every person in our fellowship. Hundreds of well-thought-out steps were made in 2020. One small example was realizing that some of our most senior adults did not have internet ability to stream. So options were explored and a landline call-in was made and distributed. It only impacted a few people, but that few meant so much to us. That type story is written over and over in so many ways. One big declaration is our heart for family, discipleship among the family, and authentic community. This has led us to adjust, pouring even more time and energy into discipling platforms and adding another voice in the hearts and lives of our students via a student ministry associate, a major initiative for us. The student ministry associate was funded by a grant from a partner ministry who believes in family initiatives. This provided 1/3 of the resourcing that we needed for this opportunity and position. The remaining 2/3 for this role was provided in our year-end giving. So while we did not attain our budget, we did suppress our spending, and we were able to bring in the resources and the funds and the monies at the remainder of 2020 to fund this through 2021. Church, thank you for your generosity. Thank God for his faithful provision. I am so deeply grateful to serve as your family. So, believing that family discipleship is critical to declaring God's redemptive work, we're able to posture Matt Dobson to give much energy to taking what our students, kids, and preschoolers are learning on campus and immediately transitioning that to conversations within the home, discipleship within the home. That's a win. Even more, he will lend creativity and guidance to connecting hearts and lives in developing a strategic disciples path for the sake of the gospel. Matt's remaining in the role as family pastor and work within students, while also free to do far more than that. He is one that is leading in the middle of this because God has provided him with skills and gifts to lead in the middle of this. Also believing that almost every good work and great revival in the history of our faith was started among students, we want to pour much energy there. You are about to meet Matt and Cam. You should meet Cam Booth. In a couple of weeks, we will make a whole other video with me and with Cam. We'd just like to sit down and talk. The story that God has orchestrated is a beautiful story. So God is working to allow us to partner with Cam as he partners with Matt and with our family ministry team to serve in leading our students. We have great anticipation for Cam Booth and believing that God has placed us to lead in the middle of this 2020 and 2021. We're excited that Cam is now a part of our student ministry as student ministry associate, bringing skill, gifts, passion, and joy to lead in the middle of this. Listen in as Matt and Cam chat for just a little bit. It'll be fun.
Thank you so much, Mark. And I'm standing here with a stranger. This is Cam. Cam Booth. And Cam Booth is going to be partnering with us as we serve students. He's going to be partnering with me as I begin to transition into helping our adult groups, working on some communication patterns and some creative ways for us to communicate to the whole Mandarin family. And so I'm really excited for you to join our team.
I'm excited.
So welcome, and Mandarin family, say welcome to Cam. And just really thankful for just the resourcing to allow this, and really thankful for how God has provided this. So parents, we'll be partnering together to minister to students, and I just wanted Cam to introduce himself.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your life? Where are you at? That sort of thing.
So figuring out the life thing.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Well, again, my name's Cam Booth. I'm originally from Eclectic, Alabama.
Time out. Is that a War Eagle or Roll Tide?
I wish I cared, but I don't. But Roll Tide, they destroyed. Mark's happy. Don't fire me, Mark. But originally from Eclectic, moved down here in 2015 to attend Trinity Baptist College. Graduated from there, and now I'm doing my master's at Gordon Conwell Theological. And
Awesome.
Getting the MDiv, and then it's a struggle.
A lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but it's rewarding. It's good though. It's
And
good
so
forever.
one thing I love about you, Cam, is the whole time you've been in school, you have been invested in churches, serving in student ministry in various capacities. And so I love your heart for the church and your heart for students. And so I would love just to take a moment to hear about your heart for student ministry, your heart for discipleship, and how that's impacted you.
Yeah, so I wasn't raised in a church. I wasn't raised as a Christian. And so essentially I came to know the Lord at 14. Jesus radically changed my life. And through that, a youth pastor invested in my life. And he discipled me, walked along he just guided me through life and kind of fathered me in the faith. And through that, I think obviously I found joy, hope, all in the gospel and in Jesus, and trying to figure out how to come alongside students like people came alongside of me and showed me the way to follow Christ.
That's cool.
And so figuring out how to do that contextually in today's time during COVID, 2020.
Yeah.
We're now in 2021.
We are in 2021.
But things are still unraveling.
Yes.
So figuring that out is one of my biggest passions in life.
So one of the things two things I love about, there's only two things.
Nothing
Only two
else.
things I love about you, Cam.
Or don't have.
But two of the things I love about you, Cam, is one, just through this whole process, watching you trust the Lord, being sensitive to the Holy Spirit. There's a lot of story behind that, but I'm just really thankful to have watched that and watch you follow after Jesus. The second thing is I believe that God has gifted you very uniquely as a discipler and to model discipleship. And so I'm really thankful that you're coming alongside of us and coming alongside of our team and our church to help just disciple our students. And I believe that God has brought you here for this specific time in the midst of a weird 2020 and a already interesting 2021 to help our students and our families live in light of the gospel. And so I'm really excited that you're here.
Me too, man.
So if you see Cam on campus, give him a high five, elbow flipper thing, jazz hands. No jazz hands. Okay, he's against jazz hands, but any other way to greet him, say hey, introduce yourself, and if you're a parent, tell them what your kid's name, that sort of thing.
Multiple times,
but that is your gift. You're instant at remembering people's names.
I try.
No pressure. He has a hidden superpower of remembering names.
You set the expectation real high.
Anyways, we are so excited, Cam, to have you. Church family, introduce yourself to him when you see him over the next couple of weeks, and you'll be seeing a lot more, Cam.
A lot.
As we just advance the mission together. So, church, I'm so thankful that we have Cam here to help us advance the mission, help us advance and disciple our students so that they can declare the redemptive story of God on everyday mission.